Imagine people battling with their mental illness maybe in your family, live next door, or work in the next cubicle. What if our society blamed on people who is fighting for their life? Sounds horrifying, right? This happens every day, not to the victims of cancer or diabetes, but to the victims of mental illness. After researching the subject, I think that mental health should be emphasized to prevent the increase of mental health problems. I believe that most people nearby us may having a mental health conditions, but how many of them are being helped and treated? And here I would like to discuss the problems associated with mental health and the ways they can take to solve the problems. I will begin by discussing about mental health. Mental illness is a serious problem because it disturbs normal functioning and affects a high percentage of populations. It has an impact on 19% of adult populations, 46% of teenagers, and 13% of children each year, but solely half of those affected receive treatment because of the stigma attached to mental health. Emotional and mental health is important because it's a vital part in life and impact your thoughts, behavior, and emotions. Research is starting to uncover the complicated causes of these diseases, which including genetics, biological factors, life experience, and psychological traumas. Most common mental health conditions are anxiety disorders and mood disorders. More than 18% of adults each year struggle with some types of anxiety disorder, including PTSD, OCD, and panic attacks. Mood disorders like depression and bipolar depressions affect nearly 10% of adults each year and are categorized by difficulties in controlling one's moods. Now that we have knew about mental health, we can explore causes why people do not seek for treatment. There are three major causes. One of the causes is stigma. Although the general perceptions of mental illness have improved over the past decades, study shows that stigma against mental illness continues to be powerful, largely because of the media stereotypes and lack of education. Referred to Mental Health Foundation, it is stated nearly 9 out of 10 illness people say that stigma and discriminations have a negative impact on their life. And due to this, number seeking for treatment is affected. A second cause is scare to talk about. A lot of people are afraid to talk about the diagnosis because scared of being judged by people that don't understand. According to a study in 2011 by Abrams and Currens, found that stigma around recognizing mental health concerns and seeking mental health care continues to be a challenging barrier to a formal mental health care in several populations. This stigma is perpetuated when people choose words poorly. We are actually hurting people when we judge someone being crazy or an experience being totally insane. It's an ambulance stand to take and should be avoided. A third cause is poverty. In the 2010 review of 115 studies that span 33 countries across the world, nearly 80% of studies shows poverty comes with high rates of mental illness. Poverty affects mental health, and impoverished areas often lack access to care. There is sad fact that simply said there's no enough service available for low-income people, and this has then led to less access to medical care for those who need treatment being unable to afford it. The causes are clear, so what are the steps that can take by people who have mental health problems? There are 4 major steps can take. First, reach out to others. Connect with other people, friends, and family. Reaching out and opening up to other people in your life can give emotional support. Second, talk with your doctor. If you start to feel like emotional health is starting to impact you, it may be a time for you to reach for extra support. Try having a talk with a professional. With Doctor on Demand, you can see a psychologist or psychiatrist to realize the personalized support you wish. Third, take care of yourself. Take a rest to release yourself, maybe having a walk or exercise to release stress. Live well with tired and maintain activities that you enjoy to better ensure positive mental health. Fourth, show individual respect. Showing respect and acceptance removes barriers to successfully coping with your illness. Having people see you as an individual and not as your illness will be the difference for someone who is struggling with their mental illness. Thus, advocating within our circle of influence to ensure these individuals have the same rights and opportunities as other members of your works, school, and community. To conclude, I have discussed the extent of mental health problems, barriers to seek treatments, and the ways that can take to solve the problems. Although we don't have a mental health conditions, we should give concerns and emphasize to mental health. Show respect and avoid discriminations to mental illness people. Idea of being mentally ill is shameful or embracing should also be avoided. If you're considering harming yourself, please consider using one of these ways to seek assistance. There is no shame in asking for help. Do something, it could save your life.